Personal income tax. Have you heard about personal income tax? Absolutely, you have. But maybe you don't know how to pay it. Okay, today we will present to you about PIT. Personal income tax is a direct tax levied on income of a person, that is, not subjected to corporate income tax, such as
an individual, an ordinary partnership, a non-juristic body of person, a deceased person, an undivided estate. When you have to pay tax, if you are the person liable to personal income tax has to compute his tax liability, file tax return and pay tax within March 31st of the next calendar year, if any, accordingly on a calendar year basis.
Who have to pay taxes? Taxpayers are classified into resident and non-resident. A resident means any person residing in Thailand for a period or periods aggregating more than 180 days in any tax year. A non-resident is subject to tax only on income from sources in Thailand.
What about tax base? Income chargeable to the personal income tax is called assessable income. Assessable income is income and benefits provided by an employer or other persons, such as a rent-free house, or the amount of tax paid by the employer on behalf of the employee. There are 8 categories of assessable income. 1. Income from personal services rendered to employers. 2. Income by virtue of jobs, positions or services rendered, such as charge, money support job, commission, and discount. 3. Income from goodwill, copyright, franchise, other rights. 4. Income from dividends, interest on deposits with banks in Thailand, shares of profits from a juristic company, a bonus, and gains from transferring of shares. 5. Income from letting out of property on hire, and from breaches of installment sales or hire purchase contracts. 6. Income from liberal professions, such as doctor, engineer, and accountant. 7. Income from construction and other contracts of work. 8. Income from business, commerce, agriculture, industry, transport, or other. What are the authorized of deductions and allowances? You can calculate taxable income by subtract all deductions and allowances for exemptions from the assessable income. Taxable income equals assessable income minus deductions minus allowances. Deductions are allowed in the calculation of personal income tax. Type of income deduction. 1. Income from employment, 40% but not exceeding 60,000 baht. 2. Income received from copyright, 40% but not exceeding 60,000 baht. 3. Income from letting out of property on hire, building and wharfs, 30%. Agricultural land, 20%. All other types of land, 15%. Vehicles, 30%. Any other type of property, 10%. 4. Income from liberal professions, 30% except for the medical profession where 60% is allowed. 5. Income derived from contract of work, whereby the contractor provides essential materials besides tools, actual expense or 70%. 6. Income derived from business, commerce, agriculture, industry, transport, or other, actual expense or 65–85% depending on the types of income. Personal allowance has 3 types. Single taxpayer, 30,000 baht for the taxpayer. Undivided estate, 30,000 baht for the taxpayer's spouse. Non-juristic partnership or body of persons, 30,000 baht for each partner but not exceeding 60,000 baht in total. Spouse allowance 30,000 baht. Child allowance, child under 25 years of age and studying at educational institution, a minor, or an adjusted incompetent, 15,000 baht each, limited to 3 children. Parents allowance, parents over 60 years of age 30,000 baht each, parents have no income or income less than 30,000 a year. Old age allowance, over 65 years of age, 190,000 baht income exemption each. Education allowance 2,000 baht, additional allowance for child studying in educational institution in Thailand. Life insurance allowance, life insurance premium paid by taxpayer or spouse paid by taxpayer or spouse, amount actually paid but not exceeding 100,000 baht each. Provident fund allowance, approved provident fund contributions, Maximum allowance of 500,000 baht, but not exceeding 15% of income. Long-term equity fund, maximum allowance of 500,000 baht, but not exceeding 15% of income. Home mortgage interest amount actually paid but not exceeding 100,000 baht. Social insurance contributions. Social insurance contributions paid by taxpayer or spouse, amount actually paid each. Charitable contributions amount actually donated but not exceeding 10% of income after standard deductions and allowances. Tax rates. I am unemployed. I have income less than 150,000 baht per year, so I don't pay tax. I am a policeman. I have income between 150,000 and 1 to 500,000 baht per year, so I have a duty to pay tax 10% of my income every year. I am an engineer. I have income between 500,000 and 1 to 1 million baht per year, so I have to pay tax 20% of my income. I am a doctor. I have income between 1 million and 1 to 4 million baht per year, so I have to pay tax 30% of my income every year. I am a businessman. I have a lot of money. I have income more than 4 million baht per year. However, I have to pay tax 37% of my income every year. Withholding tax is a tax collected by a deduction made on a payment. When said payment is made, the payer who will remit it to the Revenue Department, on behalf of the payee collects the tax. Types of income withholding tax rate. 1. Employment income, 10 to 37%. 2. Rents and prices, 5%. 3. Ship rental charges, 1%. 4. Service and professional fees, 3%. 5. Public entertainer remuneration, for Thai resident, 5%. For non-resident, 10 to 37%. 6. Advertising fees, 2%. The example of public entertainer remuneration for Thai resident. Actress Ploy Chairman Bun Yasak has been accused of using another person's ID card to register her appearance fee income for tax purposes. It withheld a 3% tax for employees' fees instead of 5%, as should be the case for entertainers according to the tax law, because Ploy had given another person's ID card to the company to register the income for withholding tax.